All right. Welcome to Sideboard MTG. My name's Eric, and it's time for Jund Midrange, or Jund Dinosaurs, if you want to go that route with it. It's not all dinosaurs, but in this deck, we've actually foregone Glorybringer for Regisaur Alpha. And we'll talk a little bit about that as we get into the games or into the deck tech. I want to break this deck tech down a little bit different than I've broke the ones down in the past, so I hope you guys like it. If you do, give it that thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell so you know when we're going live. Well, guys, I do want to say this before we get started. This deck has had a lot of work done on it by James Clugston. He's one of our Coffee Time patrons, and he has pretty much like babied this deck for all of Dominaria. And along with the Coffee Time crew, we've actually got Rush on this deck, or as close to this deck as he can possibly get with the cards that he owns. I understand that, you know, a lot of people may not want to actually purchase some of the cards that are actually in this deck, as they are going to be rotating out. However, I'm quite excited to play it because the deck almost just doesn't realize red-black exists. Red-black decks can get a good start on you, and they can beat you. Any deck can beat you if they have a good start and you have a bad one. But hopefully, and in my experience, we have run over the red-black deck with this. I'm actually more worried about a Teferi or something like that. Settle the Wreckage is a little bit bigger of a problem for me than the red-black decks. That being said, we may jump into a competitive league tonight and just get run over by the red-black decks. It might happen, but I just kind of doubt it. And let me show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? We've got a really cool deck for you tonight. It's going to be great. Yeah, beating red-black is huge, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to kind of play this deck. Other than it needed a little bit more testing. We've got Rush screaming for some testing. We got James, who actually sponsored tonight's show. I was kind of wanting to test it anyway, but we were gonna do a 3-round, and James is like, you know, look, just do a competitive league. I'll pay for it. Does that mean that I'm going to accept, you know, people just paying for competitive leagues in the future? I don't know. I kind of doubt it. But it was a deck I was going to run anyway. So we've got a really cool deck, and I want to break this deck down in a couple parts versus just kind of going over the cards. So first off, we are running 24 lands in this, or sorry, 26 lands in this deck, and 4 of those are Aether Hubs. Now, there's a card in this deck that is a little bit fringe right now, but everyone knows the power of the card. And if you run up against a Goblin Chainwhirler deck, no, it's not the greatest card to have in your deck. But if you run up against any other deck, it's one of the best cards you could possibly have, and this Aether Hub is really, really great for it. And I'll just go ahead and start out with that card. It's Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Okay, so Glint Sleeve Siphoner is kind of at one of those impasses. You've got blue-black control decks and things like that that are putting this in their sideboard because they don't want to have it in that 40% matchup against red-black. However, the way we're looking at that is we've got a 60% chance that this is actually good in game 1. So we're actually running it, and then if we have to take it out against, you know, a red-black deck that has Goblin Chainwhirler, or we'll just call them Goblin Chainwhirler decks, if we have to take it out there, we can. I mean, that's not a really big deal. But in the other 60% of the matches, we're looking at a really, really powerful card. You know, we actually played around with a little bit of the idea of Black Cartouche, but Cast Down ended up being able to kill Chainwhirlers, things like that. But I actually do kind of like the idea of the Black Cartouche, just because it gives lifelink, so not very bad there. Let's talk about the red-black matchup, right? All right, we can cover most of the. I got one hair that is supposed to be going one direction, and it feels like it's going the other. Oh, the pains, the pains. Sorry, guys. Let me just fix this really quick. My bad. No, it's not fake. Not fake. Oh man, I messed up a curl. Look at that. Yeah. Anyway, um, we've got some really good matchup, or really good cards to play turn 1, 2, and 3, and against the red-black decks that are absolutely phenomenal. First off, we are running 4 Fatal Push. Now, I know a lot of you may say, you know, Magma Spray is really good against these red-black decks, but Fatal Push is too. A lot of them are foregoing Kari Zev and things like that. However, they have the Kari Zevs in their deck. Foregoing Kari Zev, foregoing Earthshaker's Kenra and playing more Kari Zevs actually mean that your Fatal Pushes are a little bit stronger than your Magma Sprays. Now, if you guys wanted to run like a 3-in-1 split on this, just throwing in a Magma Spray to give you that option, I wouldn't, you know, say anything bad about that. I think that's a fine idea to, you know, run 3 pushes in 1 Magma Spray or something along those lines. But I'm seeing the green-black Constrictor deck catch a little bit more ground here lately, and with the green-black Constrictor deck actually gaining ground, I think the Fatal Push is a lot better off than the Magma Sprays are. Also here, we've got a Braid, you know, 4 of in the main board here on the Abrades. Braid, just destroying target artifact or 3 damage to a target creature, deals with most things in the red-black deck. Heart of Kirin's, Aethersphere Harvesters, things like that. If you watch the Pro Tour, this was actually the card that let him survive long enough to draw the Glorybringer. You know, he had to top deck the Abrade to kill the Aethersphere Harvester, and then he had to top deck the Glorybringer to actually kill his opponent. And the Abrade actually saved the day for him. Abrade is a really good card in those matchups, and I think that it's absolutely terrific. You think we can get away with 4 pushes and 3 Deathgorge Scavengers main board? Possibly. We do have the 3 Deathgorge Scavengers main board, which is really, really good. This helps just aid at the graveyard, keep graveyards small for Search for Azcanta, things like that. But the other real card that helps out in the red-black matchup is Thrashing Brontodon. Thrashing Brontodon, or Brashing Throntodon, is just one of those cards. It survives a Goblin Chain Whirler. It can block Goblin Chain Whirler. There's a lot of things that this card is just absolutely phenomenal at. You see a lot of people playing Argyle's Bloodfast, things like that. We've even got it in the sideboard. This is a really good answer for that card. Now, we did play around a little bit with Journey to Eternity in this deck, and it did bounce around in there for a little while. The card was not absolutely horrible, but the sack a dude to bring him out looks decent. I missed something there. I don't know what you're talking about, Bob. Sack a dude to bring him out. I don't know. 10-10 Dino? Brontodon is a beast. He is a beast. And Brontodon is just exactly what we're looking for in the 3-drop. Oh, the new demon. Oh, that's right. You guys are talking about the new spoilers. I actually haven't put a lot of time into the new spoilers. I normally care more about what's going on in Standard until later up. Once all of them have been spoiled, I'll do a video where we just kind of go over and review the colors or something like that. But I normally don't mess around with the spoilers too much. And which all the other content providers right now, that's what they're doing. They're worried about spoilers, and I'm worried about how do we beat red-black. And that's why we've got this deck in front of you tonight. New 4-mana demon, 6/6 flyer with trample, needs to sack a dude to cast him. Sounds really good. 4-mana 6/6 flyer with trample. Got Flample, man. I like me some Flample. Don't worry about spoilers, right? Yeah, we'll worry about that when that hits Standard. We're worried about winning, y'all. That's right. Poopy's got the right idea. Nobody can say Poopy's got a poopy attitude, you know? Rekindling Phoenix here. Now, this is one of the great cards against most of the decks. We're running 4 of this, and that is one of the biggest defenses this deck has. Rekindling Phoenix is just a phenomenal defender. Now, yes, they're going to remove him. Yes, we're going to swing him. Yes, they're going with him, and they're going to, you know, cast him out, or they're going to seal him away, or something like that. Even Cast Down can kill it, and then they can use another card, or something like a Goblin Chain Whirler to finish off the token. Yes, Goblin Chain Whirler just demolishes the token and things like that. But there is some really good play with the Rekindling Phoenix, and if they have to play Goblin Chain Whirler at a precise time or a non, pristine time for them just to get rid of a Phoenix token, then I'm okay with that. We are running 2 mainboard Chandra Torch of Defiance. Now, this may be a problem for some people, as a lot of people are not really looking forward to getting, buying Chandra Torch of Defiance if you don't already own them. I personally already own them because I was running Teamer, and then after Teamer I was running, I started running Grixis before Teamer got banned, and then Teamer got banned, so I just continued running Grixis as it was amazing, which is also another deck we should probably revisit here fairly soon. Now, there's a lot of the Scarab God decks out there. There's a lot of Karn decks. There's a lot of decks out there that have Hazret and things like that, and you have to have some number of Vraska's Contempts to be able to deal with those. And if you don't have those Vraska's Contempts, then you're going to be in a bad situation. Now, I personally think the Vraska's Contempt is one of the best removals in Standard right now, no matter what color you're playing. That is arguable that Seal Away has become phenomenal and is actually... What? It's one of those cards that's just phenomenal. Seal Away is actually a really, really good removal spell. Fatal Push is a good removal spell. Cast Out. Like, White's got quite a few removal spells, but I am really, really fond of Vraska's Contempt. It does require double black, and I want to talk about that a little bit. We are trying to push for double green on 3. We're trying to push for double red and double black on 4. So this mana base has had a lot of tweaking to make sure that we can get there. Now, you'll notice that quite a bit of the lands in this deck can produce black mana, and one of the reasons for that is you want to be able to lay a black mana on turn 1 and then follow that up with an Aether Hub followed by a Glint Sleeve Siphoner, so you have an immediate threat out of your Glint Sleeve Siphoner. This way they can't actually add more to their board before they deal with your Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Do sponsors get a handlebar mustache emoji? Man, that's probably an emoji that we're gonna have to create. I can see it getting bad though. Mustache rides, something like that. I don't know. Good coffee, right? Anyway, let's move on up the curve to the tech that's hopefully going to win for us. Regisaur Alpha. Now, we're running 4 of this, and that's another reason for the 26 lands. We want to hit that 5th land drop every game, and every game that we don't, we are falling behind. Our advantage bar is quickly sliding to the other side. So, yeah, working on a handle. Yes, we actually got Jareth Miles here, who's a bit of an artist. He's actually drawn some really cool stuff. Anyway, he's working on a new logo for us. It's going to be kind of close to our same logo that we have right now with Handlebar Mustache, right? Let's get back to Regisaur Alpha here, right? Regisaur Alpha is one of those... Oh, you guys are going to have me laughing. Regisaur Alpha is one of those just great cards, but if you can play a Regisaur Alpha, the next turn follow it up with another Regisaur Alpha, you have 14 points of damage swinging, and that's a lot, guys. That is a lot of damage. Yeah, it's 26 lands. I'm not going to back off the 26 lands. 25 lands is going to catch us up more often than not. So I'm going to be playing the 26 lands because I would rather have one of my lands and just cycle it away late game if I don't need it, or just play my lands. 26 minus 1. Enjoy your GP. Hope you don't get land screwed. There's an emoji there for land screwed. Hopefully we will not see that tonight. And if we do see it, it'll be pointed at our opponents. Alright, last card in the main deck. Carnage Tyrant. Now, this card is absolutely necessary. I almost wish that we had more Carnage Tyrants in the deck. It is a 6-drop though, and that is a little bit hard to cast, but Carnage Tyrant, let's just read this monster, right? We've got a 7/6 for 6 mana. The spell cannot be countered. He's got Trample and Hexproof. Okay, that's a pretty big beast, you know. And that's going to be kind of our answer against most of the other decks. And we've got one more here in the sideboard. I think that's enough. I don't think that you need to run all four. Against the control decks, anything that can counter us, the Carnage Tyrant is going to be absolutely terrific. We may also bring it in against any type of token variant. Have seen a couple of those floating around. We played one last night with Benelish Marshall that was absolutely great. The deck performed terrific. Argyle's Bloodfast here, though, is another card we're going to be bringing in against those control decks, along with, Angrath, Doomfall, and Duress. Now, we don't have blue, so we can't exactly, counter things. So we're going to be really looking for these Duress and Doomfalls to help push us through the opposing, settle the wreckages and fumigates and things like that. So, Carnage Tyrant is like everything to you. I can understand that. Carnage Tyrant, he has that allure to people, right? So, yeah. Carney T is just, man, I love the card, and playing with it should be a lot of fun. I've seen so many scoops, just, you play Carnage Tyrant and the opponent goes, well, I don't have anything in my deck that can answer that. A lot of decks, their best answer is to just throw enough bodies in front of it to stop it, and that's not always the best answer. Now, Sweltering Suns is really good against, the aggressive decks and things like that. Sometimes you don't want to use the rest of your kill spells, in 1-for-1. You can take a couple early points of damage, then just Sweltering Suns everything away, and then start playing your 4-drops that are fairly phenomenal. I mean, the only other 4-drop that I wish was in the deck, but we really just don't have room for it, is a Gonti. Now, I wouldn't mind having Gonti, but again, we don't really need it. It would give us a little bit more, card advantage or something like that. But Sweltering Suns is just absolutely great. It keeps the board clean. It's large enough to actually deal with Goblin Chain Whirler. It means if they have a Soulscar Mage down, they need to cast more than one spell to stop it. Sweltering Suns is the real deal. It's really good in the meta right now. If you're running double red or can produce double red, I would recommend running the Sweltering Suns. So, other than that, we've got a couple cast down, a 4th Vraska's Contempt, and Nissa Vital Force. Now, Nissa's got a couple decent abilities, and I have not only brought her in against control decks, but mid-range, late-game decks, I've also brought her in there. So, I should wear a top hat for one of the upcoming streams. Man, I don't own a top hat. So, yeah. Alright guys, that is the deck. I hope you guys like it, and if you do, James is here. He's one of the, well, he is pretty much the heart behind this deck. So we're going to be playing it, we're going to give it a look, and hopefully we can do well with it here. So let's jump over to a league. Now, if you guys want to play this deck, or any other deck, manatraders has got you covered. If you use the link in the description box and the coupon code, it will save you 15% on your first 3 months of manatraders. Really good deal. It allows you to test, play every deck that you could possibly imagine. And if you're looking at Arena, it might actually behoove you a little bit to play your decks or get the deck the way you want them. Now that Standard is on Arena, you could actually rent, test on MTGO, and then once you've tested on MTGO, you make sure that you are spending all of the, good night, Dragon Lord, make sure that you're spending all of the wild cards and things like that you have to buy exactly what you want. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing my testing on MTGO to make sure that the deck that I have for my Arena deck is exactly what I want, so that I'm not wasting my wild cards. Alright guys, let's jump into a game. Night, Dragon Lord. Have a good one. Okay, we're looking for an opponent. Hopefully we'll find one. We have an opponent. Yay! It is like I have company for my all-nighter. Said Steve something. Right? Now I can pronounce your name. Steve something. There we go. What? Yes, John, I hope this runs well. I hope that we have a good showing of the deck tonight. I mean, you could always just have a cold run, we just not hit our land drops, things like that. We do have 26 lands in the deck, so I am expecting to be hitting these land drops. I'm not expecting for us to just get, you know, trashed. I'm also expecting that we have a fairly decent mulligan rate because of the high land count. Remember, when you cut down on your lands, every time you mulligan, you have one less chance at hitting a land. So when you have few lands in your deck, you're actually hurting yourself on your mulligan rate. And a 26 land deck usually has a really good mulligan rate. So, well, I'm stepping out on a limb here and saying that this is the deck to use in order to beat the red-black decks. Now, this is not a really aggressive hand. I am going to keep it. It's not an aggressive hand, but if we get to 5 mana, we're going to be putting down some really, really big heat. So I'm going to keep it, and we're going to see what's up. Hopefully, we'll get a green source. We should. I have a lot of confidence in this deck. As you know, I've played it quite a few times in testing. We've played it in coffee time, things like that. So. Did I see your message? Where at, Rush? What message? Oops, all berries. Right, 2x Regisaur for the win. Hopefully we'll get there. Right, I'm hoping that, you know, I don't know, I wouldn't mind top decking Glint Sleeve Siphoner into Aether Hub. See, that seems great to me. Especially now that he's played the blue-white. Alright, here we go. Woodland Cemetery is not bad, guys. Told you. Just got to trust the deck. Now it's just going to give us, you know, 1 drop or 2. We don't need removal in our hand right now. So, now we just need threats. Right? Green source! First match, Teferi. That was the deck that I said that I was most worried about. Our game 1 matchup against Teferi is not terrific, so I am a little bit worried about the Teferi matchup. Our game 2 is pretty strong against it. Game 1 could be a little bit slow. This will be Esper. How have you felt against the Esper decks, James? Now, James has got a lot more testing on this than I did. But Rush and James both wanted me to play the deck. And, you know, like I said, James went ahead and sponsored for us to go ahead and do this in a league. So, I felt that it's good. Like, the deck is really, really where we want to be, so. Right, Glint Sleeve Siphoner is probably going to be, you know, one of the best cards we can get in this matchup. Our opponent here is just holding priority on our turn. One moment. A little bit of coffee down the wrong pipe. Just kind of happens. I don't know what the opponent's doing. Let me check and see. Has lost connection to the game. So he DC'd. We're just going to have to wait for him to come back. So 2 lands in 8 minutes. Let's do this. He just rejoined the game, so we'll get back to action here, hopefully. Hey, I mean, we're 3 minutes up on a control deck. You know, that could mean something. Wow. Just drink more coffee. All right. There's a new way to use the emoji. The mana screw. Very few blue-white in the leagues at the moment. Cool. That's exactly what I hope to see. I think that there's going to be quite a few the blue-white flash. I think the blue-white deck needs to go back to blue-white flash in order to be successful in the current meta. So. Oh, Lincoln's fighting it. I can hear him in the other room. He's getting ready to go to sleep. Knight of Grace. Okay, so it's Esper. Do we hide the green for a little while? Is there any reason? I think we just hide our green source for a little bit. I mean, these are woodland cemeteries, so it doesn't matter when we play them because we have a canyon slough. They're coming in untapped. So, do I prefer MTGO over Arena? 100%, yes. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is like Esper Knights. Alright. Well, I'll go ahead and play the Mountain. Looks like we're probably just going to be abrading the Knight of Grace here. Yeah, let's go ahead and just abrade Knight of Grace. And then, ooh, see, ain't that sweet. Let's play Phoenix, because Phoenix is a good blocker here. I mean, he's going to get his History of Benalia down. It's not going to give them first strike or anything, so Phoenix can trade with one. Oh, a cast out for our Phoenix. We take 8 right here. This is going to be a thing, guys. Ouch. Cycle's a fetid pool. Knight of Malice. Definitely taking the damage. I want to kill some things. So we're going to sacrifice Chandra and then try to come back at him with Regisaur Alpha into the win. I know that that's going to seem very bad, but I'm going to play Chandra. We're going to downtick Chandra. It has protection from white. We'll just downtick it there. And then, depending on how he attacks, like he may just come straight at us. Okay, so both are straight at us, so I'm just going to Fatal Push one. And we'll take the 2 damage. Now this takes us down to 6. Now this can be a little bit dangerous, but our opponent really needs to deal with... Ooh, look at you, opponent. See, that's perfect. That's absolutely terrific. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to go... Regisaur Alpha. Uptick Chandra just for the damage. Ooh, it's a Fatal Push. I actually think I'll just cast that Fatal Push and save the other Fatal Push in hand. Now, I'm not going to swing here, because we're just going to wait. He's got 3 cards in hand. Heart of Kirin. Blooming Marsh. Let's just uptick Chandra, see what we have. And a Braid. Okay. Do we kill the Heart of Kirin? I think we just kill the Heart of Kirin. We can deal with the ground creatures here. I mean, it keeps me from being able to play my Regisaur Alpha. But I like being able to just take the air guy out. And then we can just wait one more turn, Fatal Push on his turn, and then try to come back from there. So, cast down. Wow. All right. So he's going to Fatal Push our guy. This is going to be brutal, guys. Don't have a counterspell, dude. At us. At us. We kill one. We take 4. Deathgorge Scavenger is going to be pretty sweet here. Let's look at this. Okay, so I'm going to play Regisaur Alpha. We're going to go green, red, cancel. Let's uptick Chandra for mana. And then we're going to go Regisaur. And then we're going to play Deathgorge Scavenger and gain 4 life. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Deathgorge Scavenger. And Deathgorge Scavenger is going to eat a Knight of Malice. And we're going to say yes to that ability. We're going to enter combat with haste, swing with our Deathgorge Scavenger. We're going to eat the Knight of Grace. Now, this is just because I want the extra points of life. Now, if he wants to give his Knight up to block, I'm okay with that. As you know, he's got 2 cards in hand. We do not have 2 cards, but what are you casting out? You get the Chandra, you get the Chandra. Okay, so I'm actually just going to hang on to this Aether Hub, and we're going to start doing our damage. Walking Ballista for 2. Oh no. Let's we'll attack with all creatures. Now I'm going to give him the chance to do the extra point of damage to us here. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and make him shoot us for 2. Or, well, he'll do 3, which means he's tapped out, we're not dead, and he's dead on crackback. So, oh, okay. He's trying to live. He's trying to live a turn. So he's actually going to put everything into living. Wow. Alright, well, I mean, cast down would be pretty decent. There's a Karn. Karn's not bad. Karn makes a golem. Plays land. Thrashing Brontodon with haste should seal the deal. You know what? I just want to be cute. Right? I was just going to sack the cast out and get our Chandra back. Wow, what a game! Woo! Alright, that was game 1. Definitely bringing in Sweltering Suns. 100%. Oh, man. Woo! Wasn't that good? Huh? That was good right there. That was really good. I expect he's going to be bringing in things like Settle, stuff like that. Deathgorge Scavenger was just phenomenal right there. Yeah, that felt real good, like a good, healthy fight, and pulled back out of it. So not bad. I kind of like where we went there. Now I'm going to trim back on a few cards. Like I want to trim back on a Vraska's Contempt, just because the 4 mana. Yeah, Doomfall might be useful. Duress is probably going to be very useful. Cast Down's probably going to be really useful. I think Duress is going to be really good. But I also think that we just need to kind of play it. Maybe take out one Brontodon. We are running 4. And then I'm kind of interested in cutting down a Glint Sleeve Siphoner. We're on the draw, so Glint Sleeve Siphoner is not going to be that terrific. So I'm going to take out a glint sleeve. I think on the play, glint sleeve would be a lot better. Yes, I mean, I get where you guys are coming from, having the duresses to get the creature creating spells. However, if we don't have them, then we don't actually have, like, we don't have them in hand before they play it. Then we don't have the option to top deck that and take care of a creature, and that's normally not where I want to be. I would like to actually be able to catch up than being stuck from behind. In Game 3, if we see Settle the Wreckage or something like that, which I am expecting some Settle the Wreckage, but in Game 3 I'll probably bring in the Duresses and the Doomfalls if it runs into that. Alright, Doomfall can do either, you are right. Maybe Doomfall over Vraska's Contempt. Not 100% on that. Man, I wish we had a Black Source. Black Source would be so sweet with this hand. The hand doesn't look terrific. Now, and that's just because, you know, double Deathgorge Scavenger. However, if we start hitting land, this could be absolutely phenomenal. Again, we're on the draw. We might top deck the lands we need to be able to get this Glint Sleeve Siphoner down. I think I'm keeping the hand, but it's something that I'm worried about. See, I don't actually expect this deck to be running Fumigates. I think he's trying to fill the board up a little bit more than we are. So, James says mulligan. Should have mulliganed this hand. This one might be a little too risky. I think you might be right, and if I wasn't on the draw that I have that extra card in hand, I might mulligan it. But we are on the draw, so I'm going to say, you know, I've got that hidden card, and we're just going to take a chance. I think he'll run Settle. I do. Sheltered Thicket. We'll just go ahead and drop that and pass the turn. At least we've got 3 land. No, we're not getting the Glint Sleeve down early. Glint Sleeve is probably going to be one of our weaker cards in this matchup, but Deathgorge Scavenger might not be bad. Is this a history? Knight of Malice. Alright, so we'll throw our first Deathgorge Scavenger down. No enter the battlefield. Like, we're not getting any value out of this, so History of Benalia. That first strike's gonna be mean. Okay, Woodland Cemetery will come in untapped. I don't think we swing here. We may end up trading this Deathgorge Scavenger for a creature here. I'm just going to block. Maybe I should have double blocked. Fatal Push. Okay. Another Knight. Ouch. That is going to be brutal. So we're going to just play our Deathgorge Scavenger here and eat the Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Or eat the Phoenix to gain the 2 life back. Phil Harding, thank you for subscribing. Alright, so here's his big turn. Gideon of Trials, not cool. I'm going to block just to stop damage. Since this one's not actually going to kill anything, I'm just going to go to stop like the extra point of damage. Chandra's not bad, but neither is Regisaur Alpha. Chandra could kill something, but Gideon powering up and swinging next turn looks like it might be dangerous for us. Sweltering Suns would be so good. Swinging at Gideon here seems right. It may be giving up too much, but it just kind of seemed right to swing at Gideon. Cast down, and are we dead? Yeah, we're dead. That's game. He got us. So yeah. So the opponent looks like he has a lot of targeted removal there. So maybe not settle the wreckages. On the play, Glint Sleeve Siphoner. We're going back in with that. I think we need to keep a good, healthy number of creatures in the deck. So Sweltering Suns is great, though. I don't want to remove Sweltering Suns. Let's see. Maybe it's a Phoenix that we want to take out. Let's do that. Let's take out one Phoenix. Cast down? You think cast down's where we need to be? Instead of like a Braid or Brontodon? Maybe. I didn't see anything that just needed to be cast down. I mean, everything needed to be cast down, but I don't know. Man, I wish we had... Alright, so we go Sheltering Thicket, Dragon Skull Summit, Glint Sleeve Siphoner, next turn Glint Sleeve Siphoner again. Try to get the card advantage going. I think this will work. I think so. Cast down would be good. Maybe I should have brought the cast down in. But what removal would we have taken out? So, I mean, he can Fatal Push here. Okay, so if he casts down, we can go play our second one. And now we're ready for draw. Take out the Contempt. I was thinking take out Contempt. Oh, wow, another cast down by the opponent. We've got Push and a Braid up right now, so, I mean, there's that. Heart of Kieran. Knight of Malice. I think I want to use my mana here. Alright, here we go. The Scarab God. Well, what a thing. Glad I didn't take out that Vraska's Contempt. So do we just swing everything, let him eat one of the Regisaur Alphas? He takes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's at 7? I think so. I think we've got to go for it here. I mean, him getting one back, though, could just be it for us. That could be the end of the game. Getting our Regisaur Alpha back. We need to top deck Vraska's Contempt. Yeah. The Scarab God right here. At least we still have Vraska's Contempts in the deck against the Scarab God. So, yeah, he's bringing back our Regisaur. Kind of seen that, but not a lot we can do about it. The Scarab God just getting us. Glint Sleeve. Now we're kind of stuck having to pass. He's going to get to cast the Scarab, use the Scarab God to get multiple things back, and we're more than likely going to lose to the Scarab God here. Yeah, that's kind of heartbreaking. We did well at fighting the early part of the game. Then turn 5, he drops the Scarab God, and it's over. Should have just swung with the tokens. Then we would have only gotten 3 points of damage in. Sure, deck. Sure. I don't see a way to come back from this. Yep. The Scarab God's just going to work us over here. Yeah, this is brutal. What's up for the Horde? How you doing? 26 lands. I'm not upset about the lands. Like, you seen we cast Regisaur Alpha on turn 5, right? Like, you seen we did that, right? So we can no longer be mad that... Like, we top-decked the land we needed to cast the Regisaur Alpha, so I am not upset at all that we did that. I guess we take the 5 points of damage. Alright, so he can stop 5. That'll stop 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll stop 3. That'll stop. Jeez. Alright, so... Like, swinging all out does not save us at all. So he has to put 2 in front of Carnage Tyrant. So let's say he puts First Striker... He only has the 1 First Striker. So he puts maybe the Scarab God in front of Regisaur Alpha, First Striker in front of a dinosaur in front of a dinosaur, both of these in front of Carnage Tyrant. Glint Sleeve gets through for 2. Everything we own dies. Most of his stuff lives. We die on Crackback. Alright, so not much we can do here. And he has a cast down. So we don't even have the haste anymore. Yeah. That's going to be brutal. It's probably going to be game. Yeah. Probably going to be game. Without getting that Vraska's Contempt. If I would have known he had the Scarab God in the deck, I actually would have brought in the 4th Vraska's Contempt. So, yeah. It's going to be bad for us. I can't believe he didn't bring back the other Glint Sleeve Siphoner to draw an additional card here. Like, he would be able to scry a whole bunch, put the right one on top. I mean, we're dead to the Scarab God triggers. So, good game, opponent. Good game. That's brutal. We were doing good, Game 1 and Game 2. I think that we fought well in Game 1. Game 2, yeah, he come out just as fast as you could see the Esper Knights deck come out. And it was brutal. We just couldn't keep up with it without hitting a Sweltering Suns. So, I mean, if there was going to be a lot of Knights decks, maybe we would go up a 3rd Sweltering Suns. But, yeah. Wasn't ready for the Scarab God there. No. Should have been, but we were not. Right. He thought he would have had Lyra. You're going to take this week off with brewing since you've already made plenty of decks for the Reddit page. Awesome, Rocker. Are any of them getting votes? Have you checked? We got any good votes? Are you about to get one run? You agree with Rush and would have brought in 2 mini decks that play blue-black. It's likely they had it. You know, you can do that to me all night, James, but hindsight is 20/20. Remember that. No, we only have Deathgorge Scavenger to actually eat at those, but I mean, it's really easy to say I would have done this and this after you see the Scarab God, but chat was saying take out Vraska's Contempts. You get what I'm saying? Like, Yeah, I can't keep this hand. We're on the play, so I'm gonna mulligan this. Oh no. I'll keep. It's not terrific, but I'll keep. I'll actually keep that on top as well. So we'll start with a Canyon Slough. We'll have an Aether Hub here. We will get to, you know, Deathgorge Scavenger or maybe Brontodon. Servant. Oh, well, we definitely just kill the Servant. I don't want him to keep Servant around. Too many things that he might be able to do with a Servant. That's a pretty good draw, guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good draw. He needs to answer this now, or we start drawing additional cards. And those additional cards could be everything we need. Hopefully he doesn't have an answer here. Llanowar Elf. We will draw, yes. We'd love to draw a card. Now draw for the turn, hit our land drop. I'm thinking Deathgorge Scavenger, eat a Servant of the Conduit. Really wish that I had a way to kill this. But I'm just going to attack first. And then we will Deathgorge. And eat the Servant of the Conduit. He cycles at end of turn. So maybe a handful of land, looking for his big dudes to cast. Cast out. What are you casting out? Doesn't want us drawing cards. 4 mana spell on... Oh, we need land, guys. We need land. I guess it's safe to start... start Brontodoning. We hit that land, though. It's going to be good times. And we'll just eat the Scattered Groves out of his deck. Give us a nice little buff there. Get him for some additional damage. Now, at the end of his turn, I am actually very inclined to pop this cast out. And to do so would give us our Glint Sleeve Siphoner back. So that is kind of my plan here. I want to draw another card for Regisaur Alpha. So this land is important enough to me that I am going to trade the power here from a 3/4 down to you know, a 2/1 and get that extra energy. Now that'll give us 2 energy, so he has to answer this right now. So he has to just cast it out again. Okay. I mean, that's a good way to, you know, pull cards out of our opponent's hand. He's not really casting a lot this turn. We'll play that. I think we just swing here. And I'm just going to eat the cast out, and we're just going to go for damage. Now, if he's got, like, Blossoming Defense, he can put on the Llanowar Elves to save it. That's cool. Looks like not. He's going to cycle again. Cycling again. Wow. All right. I'm sure he's got something big. A Johnny Unyielding. Exile target creature card. You can gain life equal... Wait a minute. I gain life equal to its power. Okay. I'll play Canyon Slough. It looks like our mana is going to be used for the next foreseeable future. So I'm definitely going to be swinging at a Johnny here. He can block 1 point of it, but the trample is going to kill a Johnny anyway. So we're 100% doing that. We just don't want a Johnny actually, you know, having the ability to kind of drag our opponent back into this game. His top ability is +2. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. Put all non-land cards into your hand, or all non-land permanents revealed this way into your hand. So, okay, so Woodland Cemetery, Regisaur Alpha. I'm going to continue the swing. I'm not worried about trades here. I am a little bit worried about a Settle the Wreckage, but I kind of think the opponent's got a scoop at this. All right, Regisaur gets there. Okay, we need Contempt Game 2 versus this, and maybe Bloodfast. All right, so we say Contempt. Bloodfast? Again, you think this is a control deck? I could see that. I could also see him having a lot of early aggressive things. Death Gorge Scavenger's probably not at its best in this matchup. So I'm just going to take the Death Gorge out. And then... So green-white control, maybe? If I would have swung with Brash, when did I have the opportunity to swing with Brash? Brash had Summoning Sickness the whole time. Yeah, like Brash had Summoning Sickness the whole time. He never had had any ability to swing. Sweltering Sun? Do you think this might actually have a bunch of... Okay, so we've got a bunch of people thinking this is one deck or another deck, so... Oh, you think it's the one with Lyra and Shala? Well, if it is with Lyra and Shala, then our Abrades and Fatal Pushes aren't going to do a whole lot. Cast Down won't actually deal with any of those things. Angrath might be okay, but I'm thinking Doomfall is probably where I want to be. And for that Doomfall, I'm going to cut, I think, 1 push, 1 Abrade for the 2 Doomfalls. I know I'm cutting back on a little bit of removal, but you think Duress over Fatal Push? I think this is more of a Fatal Push matchup than a Duress matchup. Like, being sure that I could kill the well, it's a little late now. Being sure that I can kill the Dorks is going to be very important. I'm going to keep this hand. We've got a turn 1 Black Source. We've got turn 2 Hub. We are in the running to draw a Glennsleeve Siphoner and do well. So I'm just going to start here. Now, I could have played the green source just to get it down. We could have, you know, brought that up. Okay, so we'll just play the Hub. And just kill the Dork. Oh, game chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. We can get some mana off here. Maybe I should have used this last turn. But I'm going to use my 1 energy for Argyle's Bloodfast. I'm going to kill the Dork here again. He didn't draw land. So we're going to kill the Dork, and then we're going to get our Argyle's Bloodfast down here and probably try to draw some lands. Like, I think the real pro move here would be to try to draw some lands. That's not a bad move either. He does have to answer it. It's not as threatening as... I think I want to draw land right now, though. Didn't get there. Did not get there. That's brutal. J-Light Ranger. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I think next turn I have to play the Glennsleeve Siphoner no matter what. And that's just so that I have the option to draw a land next turn and Vraska's Contempt something. So, like, we really need this Glennsleeve to produce a couple energy for us. If we cut down to 25 lands, then we're less likely to continue drawing our land. So, like, just, that's got to be remembered, you know? Like, you just can't... Wow, we're taking 7 here. Dragon Skull Summit and tapped. Oh my goodness. I don't think we can swing. I think we have to block here. If he has removal for it, then we're in some major trouble. He had land problems. Baffling in. Wow. We're at 1. There's got to be a way we can deal with this. Okay, so yes, we want to flip it. All right, so we can Phoenix, sack the Phoenix, like block something, sack the Phoenix, gain 3 life. We can Thrashing Brontodon, gain 4 life. Yeah. We can't gain 4 life and kill this. We can Vraska's Contempt, stop 4 points of damage, still take 6. Well, we're just dead here, aren't we? Yeah. Just dead. We built a deck to destroy red-black, and we're not playing any red-black. Wow. I think it's just Regisaur Alpha, guys. I think that's like the only play we got, and then we're still dead. So, like, I can't see of any card that would save us here. Probably sideboarded wrong here with this. So that's game. Is it going to end up like this? Or we're not going out like this, right? I appreciate all the help, guys. I really do, but I'm gonna stick with Sweltering Suns. He is still aggressive deck. We are on the play. Glentsleeve Siphoner, he's clearly scared of that. Rekindling Phoenix is pretty good here. Thrashing Brontodon's at its best. Carnage Tyrant, maybe not. I'm gonna take out 1 Contempt, 1. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna put the Fatal Push away, and I actually am gonna bring in the Cast Downs. I've seen enough targets there for Cast Down that I think that we can get away with the Cast Down. So. Understood. Where are our Aether Hubs? I think we have to keep this, guys. Like, this is not a horrible hand. I think it's where we need to be. So I am going to keep. I'll start with Blooming. No, we're going to start with the Sheltering Thicket. As much as I want to start with the playing into the Glentsleeve Siphoner at the chance that we would draw an Aether Hub, and I think it's the proper thing to do, is to chance at the Aether Hub. There's our other red source, so we can get down this Glentsleeve here. Now we let him add some stuff to the board. Servant of the Conduit. We can kill that on our turn. So we'll go tap land. Swing. We don't do it on his turn, do we? We just do it now? Yeah, we'll just do it now. Just getting rid of the dorks seems like it's very, very important. You just play another? Walking Ballista, okay. Well, that'll shoot down Glentsleeve Siphoner before we get a chance. Which is not bad. That's not horrible. I mean, if he's using Walking Ballistas to trade for Glennsleeve Siphoner, then I'm okay with that. White chat. Oh, gotcha. White chat. White chat. Oh, my eyes. You guys. Johnny on top. Left of Johnny on top. Okay, draw cards, Glennsleeve. Land. Double land. Okay. We can play... We could play the Forest and then like Vraska's Contempt this. Or we could play the tap land and start Regisaur Alphaing the next couple turns. I think this is the right route. I mean, if he floods the board, I may just Sweltering Suns. Ooh, wow. Alright. Alright, Nissa. Yeah, I'm going to draw another additional card. So, I kind of want to Vraska's Contempt the land, and that it was based on me. All decisions you make in a Magic game are based on the player. It's my responsibility whether to listen or to not listen to someone. So don't think that anyone in chat had any bearing on it. It was my decision to listen to you. And you can never know. You just never know. Like, we didn't see enough of their deck. When you guys take decks to, your F&M, no matter who gave you advice, it is up to you on what you actually bring. So, I mean, we could just Contempt Nissa. We could also just Regisaur Alpha, and then next turn Regisaur Alpha. We could Chandra, kill this. I think we just Contempt Nissa, and then we're kind of okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just Contempt Nissa. Don't worry about the hasty dude here. I mean, we've already hit him for 4, so if he does get in at us for 4 points of damage, that's okay. Thrashing Brontodon. Okay. He is definitely trying to keep back enough blockers that we can't do much here. Yeah, this seems really good here. Chandra, we're going to leave the black source open. We're going to uptick for red. Cast down on... We don't have enchantments. Like, which one's more deadly? 4 power, right? So we'll cast down on the Jadelight Ranger. And then swing with Glennsleeve anyway. Yeah, I think we can get away with that. Yeah. That's a play. Any of Yin's on X-Mage, just set yours up today. I cannot condone X-Mage. Ooh, Elira Dawnbringer on top. Of course, he's coming at Chandra. Another Brontodon. Alright, so... here we go. Buy Glennsleeve Siphoner, right? I think this is our best way to get rid of Thrashing Brontodon. I mean, I assume he double blocks here. And I'm going to put Brashing Brontodon up front. We'll let him take 2 points of damage. And then we'll go to our second main phase here. Uptick Chandra for mana. We're going to use green. We still lose the Chandra here, and Lyra is going to be a major problem. Maybe that wasn't the best play. I mean, we know he just drew a Lyra, and Chandra is going to be our best way at actually dealing with Lyra. Yeah. Okay, and a Johnny? It's not horrible. So let's look at the cards that were revealed. He got revealed the top 3 cards, but all non-land. He revealed 3 lands. So, okay. We'll go Regisaur Alpha. I mean, I was expecting Lyra there. We'll attack a Johnny. I mean, I assume Lyra comes down here. And if he does play the Lyra... Oh, man. Alright, so he did do the thing. Alright, so here comes Lyra. Vraska's Contempt. Come on, Contempt off top. Come on, Contempt! It blocks Lyra. It's not the greatest thing in the world. I mean, this is not where I really want to be. This is definitely not where I want to be in this matchup. Thopter arrest. You gotta be kidding me, man. Alright, well, at least he's turning Lyra sideways. And, you know, now that that's happened, we can deal with the Thrashing Brontodon. Yeah, the opponent's deck's very spicy. The green-white deck's kind of floated around for a little while, though, so, I mean, it's not something we're not used to, but it's a pretty mean deck. There's quite a few different versions of it as well, so, I mean, he's more than likely got Settle here. We'll go with Johnny and... So, a Johnny. Yeah. Just in case he can remove one of them with like a cast out or something. We do need to push a ton of damage here. Thrashing Brontodon off the top would be decent. Rishkar. Lyra gets bigger. Wow. How can we push this race? I mean, we can put a lot of power out, but that will help. That will help. The real question is, if we play this, do we actually just pop the Thopter arrest and get back a Phoenix so that we can stop this Lyra until we can get back ahead of it? Like being able to get in front of Lyra, yeah, he's going to gain a ton of life. The Lyra is huge. This is going to be a pain to deal with. I'm just going to attack and see if we can kill Rishkar. Alright, so we deal more damage than Lyra gained. I think Brontodon is the way to go here. Looks like he's just swinging. I'm gonna block. We're gonna try to, you know, save some life. After arrest on the token. Okay. Come on, Vraska's Contempt. Where are you at? Well, this is going to be a little bit brutal. The only thing we can do is keep pushing damage. So he goes back to 21. This is 7 points of damage down. This is 7 points of damage down. 1, 2, 3, 4. How much damage can we do here? 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If he's got one piece of removal, we're just so dead. I'm only swinging with the tokens here. We have to be able to block this Rishkar. So, I mean, we hit for 12. Lyra's going to take us to 1. And then we're going to... Okay, there's a... We had a lethal on the backswing. It was so lethal. Alright, yeah. Can't beat Lyra. Wow. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he pumped her again. That's right. Yeah, no settle. He never had settle. So, I mean, he was an aggressive deck. I did not think that he had settle. I was worried that we might bring it in game 3 if we seen it, but yeah, I wasn't worried about settle. I was worried about pretty much all of the creatures. Black Cartouche. Black Cartouche could be a thing. It could be the thing to help set this deck off. Enchantment based removal. Jeez. Thopter Arrest. Those things. We just wasn't able to fight with it. So I mean. This is like, maybe we've tailored the deck too much to be able to beat red-black, but yeah, on a Carnage Tyrant, yeah, that would be phenomenal. 8-7 coming your way. Oh, with lifelink, trample, hexproof, can't be countered. Yeah. So far in none of the matchups we haven't. Well, we haven't actually went against a control deck. We went against Esper Knights. We went against, like, the duresses are really for the Teferi decks, the control decks, the counter decks. So, no, we haven't. We have not brought them in. Duress would not have saved us from Lyra, would not have saved us from Pima Renegade, wouldn't have saved us from any of those. So, I haven't even gotten to playing yet. I'm working on it, guys. Jeez. If you can tell, I'm getting very annoyed. This has been real brutal, and the deck definitely has not run like this. But I also haven't been running into these decks on a regular. We may be seeing a lot of other people trying to oh man, really? Looks like we're cycling one of these. Which one do we want to keep? We've got the black here and these, so we'll keep the red, green. Oh, it's just been so brutal. The deck is very solid. It has been really, really good in testing. Now we come up against a control deck, which is the matchup that we're more worried about. I can't actually cycle this. Like, I can't actually cycle this, can I? I need that Rekindling Phoenix. Or can we just trust that we'll get to a red source? Chart, of course. We'll see what he discards. He'll tell us a lot more about the deck. Okay, so he gets rid of God Pharaoh's Gift. Okay. I am going to cycle then. Deathgorge Scavenger, Thrashing Brontodon. All of these are terrific. Deathgorge Scavenger is going to come down right now, though. And we're just going to eat the God Pharaoh's Gift. We'll say yes and pass the turn. God bless. Right, 6 Ways to Get Rid of Lyra by James Clugston. Maybe. Yeah, I'm a little upset at how that played for us. All right, so we'll go. I think I'm going to Contempt here. He can't play and retrieve God Pharaoh's. Like, he can't fill the graveyard and retrieve in time here. So we're gonna just do that damage. It did not fill his graveyard. Yes, we could have put Thrashing Brontodon down, but I want to do some damage, and I want to keep his graveyard as slim as possible. 4 mainboard Divest, 4 sideboard Duress. 4 mainboard Divest seems like you're... I don't know, that's actually might be pretty good. I should have Abrade then ate it. I don't want to eat out of my graveyard against Search for Azcanta. You want to eat out of their graveyard versus Search for Azcanta. Making dudes. We're just going to do the same play again. Here we'll eat, let me read this. Make sure that the lands, if it was a non-creature card exiled this way, it gets +1/+1. Okay. So we'll just eat his land, and then we'll use the ability. So now both of his dudes can't block either. So he's just forced, like, stopping us. It's not bad. Now we get to sit back on our braids and things like that. Fumigate. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, opponent. Minister. I'm going to go ahead and Fatal Push that. If he wants to try to get rid of Thrashing Brontodon right now, he can, but if it's like most of the God Pharaoh's Gift decks, he's not going to have a lot of removal. So, another Minister. Oh, he's really trying to fill the grave up. Well, that's exactly what we were looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. I'm going to get in for some damage here. and then we're just going to destroy that Search for Azcanta before it can flip. Alright, there we go. Bye-bye Search for Azcanta. The Liliana, whatever you put in the grave. Right, like, if you build a deck to face against one type of an opponent, you're going to do worse against another type of opponent. Oh, refurbishing the God Pharaoh's Gift. Man, he's got it. I can't believe I let him go to combat. I can't believe I let him go to combat. That was so bad of me for letting him go to combat. I mean, if he has another refurbish, then he'll get away with that. I assume he wants to just hit Chandra for one here, which means he bought my other Braid. I want this Chandra to make it. So you're just going to cast out the Chandra? Okay. That's not bad. I mean, especially after he's used cast out, so. Another cast out. This seems really bad in this matchup. Like, I probably shouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it. So I had to wait for it to actually target the Phoenix. Otherwise, if I had done it too soon, he would have still been able to target. Come on. Okay, there's a Contempt. That's not bad. So we just need to try to do as much damage as possible here. Avoid the God Pharaoh's gifts and such. And hopefully get in there. We are getting some horrible draws. Like, in the past, when we've played with this deck, it's been much, much better than this. Like, it's not been a great showing of the deck. Well, I think we're going to Chandra. Uptick, Contempt, Scourge, Swing. Let's look at the math here. If we uptick Chandra, she takes what, 3? We hit for 4. We're doing the extra damage. I mean, if we find Fatal Push, it'd be great. I think I don't want to cast the Vraska's Contempt right now, but it might be the right way to go. I think I'm just going to uptick to do the extra point of damage. If we can do this twice, we shave an entire turn off, and he's living off the top deck. We need to finish this now. Like, Duress is not really good against God Pharaoh's Gift decks. I mean, you're going to help, like, turn 1, throw their God Pharaoh's Gift in the grave. It's not always that great, but it's not always horrible if you can turn 1, throw their Refurbish in the grave. So, like, Duress is one of those, like, double-edged, like, swords right there. I mean, it could get you either way. Is it better to just not swing here and just go for Chandra? Like, say he has to answer Chandra? I don't know. I think he has to answer this Phoenix, especially with the Contempt to stop any flyer. I mean, he doesn't have an Angel in the grave right now. We'll see. Well, I've already missed the window to contempt the Sunscourge champion. Like that's not happening. Chandra will be at 2. We'll uptick her again next turn. That'll take an entire turn off the clock. So, like that window's passed. We don't have that option. So he draws 2 cards, discards 1. One was an island. What was the other? Swing at Chandra. Yeah. See, that's pretty decent. We'll uptick Chandra. Something like Regisaur Alpha would be sweet. I mean, he threw a land away, played a land. He's got 0 cards in hand. We've got, you know, Contempt and Fatal Push. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. Divest doesn't get that turn 1 elf, y'all. You're right. Divest is a good card. Like, don't get me wrong. I like Despise. Divest is not quite as good as Despise. I think that they purposely did that. I mean, I think Despise said something along the line. Yeah, we'll use it to kill the Minister here. Alright, we'll get into combat, and next turn, uptick Chandra, swing. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, nice opponent. He's like, I want that Chandra. I'm actually contempting the Angel. Let Chandra drop to 1. We'll uptick Chandra, swing. I don't get it. Heck isn't a bad word. As far as I know, heck isn't a bad word. That's why instead of Hellbent, we started saying Heckbent. Heckbent is being like with 1 card left in hand. Hellbent is being 0 cards in hand. So Hellbent slightly worse than Heckbent. Okay. God Pharaoh's Gift. Duress is decent. I don't think we want Fatal Push here. But I do think we want Doomfall and Duress. Like, Duress is like one of those cards where it's like, it could be great, it could be bad. You just gotta kind of, you know, pray for the best here. Deathgorge Scavenger's at its all-time best here. Carnage Tyrant's actually like the slower card in our deck. I think the deck wins without Carnage Tyrant, so I'm going to play it like this. Cast Down's actually really, really good, and maybe should run some Cast Down over some other things, but it does leave things in the graveyard. If we go into Game 3, I might bring in a couple Cast Downs. No, I'm not going Bloodfast. Yeah, I'm just not doing Bloodfast. Not in this matchup. I mean, this matchup can be quite aggressive. Yes, I know that, you know, Bloodfast is going to be decent. You know, it's always a good card. Like, there's very few times that it's not a great card, but I just don't think it's like we've got room for it here. Maybe Shave of Phoenix or something like that, but I'm not bringing in the Bloodfast here. That's just, it doesn't feel right for me. You honestly don't like Bloodfast in general? I haven't been like completely sold on it. If I normally have blue, I'd rather have Search for Azcanta. Bloodfast will draw cards though. What Bloodfast has been like showing up in decks for is because of the Teferi matchup, you're not actually at risk of taking any damage. So with Bloodfast, one of the things you want to do, especially against like if you've got the Scarab God or something in your deck, you want to be able to like get to 5 life, flip it, and then go to work from there. We cannot keep this. I'm going to keep. Yeah, we'll keep that. Well, not a super fast start by the opponent. We do have our red, so we can cycle here. All right, how lucky do you get, opponent? Progenitus. A Braid, that's a nice card. I like some Braid. He's got an Angel of Invention in the grave, so I would like to hit like Deathgorge Scavenger. Strategic Planning. He does need to get a God. Ooh, look at him! Look at him go here with the God Pharaoh's Gift. Okay, well, I mean, if he's got the refurbish here, then he'll make it. Looks like no refurbish. Got to keep the additional mana up. I'm not tapping out. I'm not going to tap down below a Braid here. I just don't think that we can. Ms. Lyra. Talk about dangerous, guys. Wow. So if I we see that he has negates in the deck, right? So if we pull out his graveyard, he's got negates in the deck. He's already thrown one into the graveyard. He might have another in his hand. If we kill the Lyra right now, we're opening up the door for him to be able to go refurbish this God Pharaoh's Gift, get the Angel of Invention, and then crack me for 6. The bad part about Angel of Invention is even if we kill the God Pharaoh's Gift after the fact and play our Phoenix, which we will have the mana for, we will be left with a 6/6 on the battlefield. Like we have. If I wait and do it on his turn, we're in some trouble. If I do it now and he has refurbish, we're in some trouble. So here we go. I think the right play is to deal with Lyra now rather than later. Don't have refurbish, opponent. Don't have refurbish. Don't have refurbish. Alright, let's see if he's got the refurbish. It's okay, I got 15 squirrels. What? Strategic planning. He could have the refurbish. He could find it right here. Chart, of course, he did not get the. He didn't get refurbish. Oh my goodness. We might get to get a Phoenix down, guys. All right. Well, we finally got enough mana. We can start casting the Phoenix. So we're gonna do that and pass the turn. Now, we could have cast Phoenix on 4. We could have, but just playing around in the refurbish, I think, is very important. Alright, so that cost him a card. That can happen. Not going to fight over that. Especially when we can just repeat the play. And then we'll just pass back. I mean, if he continues to, you know, answer this, we're 1 land away from starting to be able to play our Regisaur Alphas. Can't really swing into that. Strategic planning. Lyra Dawnbringer. Is she the bane of this deck? Can Lyra just destroy the dinosaur decks? Like, right now I'm having a hard time thinking of how do we really beat this Lyra Dawnbringer other than just the race. Wow, he doesn't swing with his Lyra Dawnbringer. That's pretty decent, guys. Okay, so we do get to swing with Glint Sleeve Siphoner here. That's the only damage we can actually do. Add Harvesters to the board. Harvester doesn't deal with Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Crushing Canopy. You are right, good sir. I'm going to say at least I'm happy that I brought in Doomfall. Glint Sleeve don't care though. Glint Sleeve has 0 to give. 0. We need to block until we get what we need. Understood. I can see that. He played a God Pharaoh's Gift. We destroyed a God Pharaoh's Gift. The other option was to do that and then abrade her. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I can't put enough in front of her to kill her anyway. We'll put the Glint Sleeve on the stack first. We'll get back our Phoenix. We will... Another Brontodon. Like, it's definitely go time here. 100% go time. I think we Brontodon to be safe. We Glint Sleeve Siphoner. It doesn't matter if we play this first main phase, second main phase. He's tapped out. He's completely tapped out. I know some of you guys like freak out on me for playing stuff first main phase, but he's tapped out. It makes no difference if he has all the information or not. Lyra can swing at us for 5. We're swinging at him for 10. So Lyra can gain. Yeah, I'm gonna take this this hit for 10 against him right here. We've got the 1 mana open to stop another, you know, God Pharaoh's Gift or something like that. So, like, the plan is to try to get enough mana up to just swing. Now he's got enough mana left open that I really can't justify swinging into Settle the Wreckage. Never mind. Fumigates. Okay. That will deal with the Lyra Dawnbringer. I accidentally target the same one, right? Wouldn't that be horrible? Aether Hub. So Regisaur Alpha, swing for 11. I mean, we're pushing a ton of damage. We're pushing lethal next turn. was at this moment the opponent knew he mana screwed up. See, if you had the emojis, you could have put the mana screw there in place of your effed up. Oh, he's going to end bomb with Angel of Sanctions. Takes a Phoenix. One, two, three, four. Okay, not enough. I mean, he's still got 5 cards in hand. Do we... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he can't block. He can't block a Dino. We're looking at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So if he blocks a Dino, he is lethal. Unless he's got like Seal Away. Like, so if he blocks here, we're looking at, ooh, it's still lethal. He has to have that. Really? You cycle Scoop? Okay. That happens. We won a game! I'm going to jump back into it here. I'm definitely going to say that so far in this testing, I'm going to say out of all things, you need a better answer for Lyra. I highly underestimated that when we were building that Lyra was as important as it is. So, can we get an effed up emoji? Pum pum pum. You want me to make all these sounds now? Is that what it is? Pew pew. Yeah, Crushing Canopy is pretty good. Like it's the one that I would pick because it doubles so well in the matchups. The enchantment based removal, basically all the things. And what's sad is at one point we had Crushing Canopies in the sideboard, then they were removed. Man, I've got the mulligan again. Okay, well I'll keep. This doesn't look bad. I think I'll keep that on top. We're going to put that on top. So we're going to Dragon Skull Summon on 1 so that we get the black source. We actually do have our Glint Sleeve draw here, which is not bad against green-black. Not horrible, but if he has Fatal Push, then we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Jade Light Ranger? Okay. 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 Alright, so we're going to go Glint Sleeve here and pass the turn. It's okay. Like, Glint Sleeve's not bad. He does need to answer, which means, if he spends one of his 2 mana this turn to answer that Glint Sleeve Siphoner, that's less likely that he's going to be actually adding more to his board. Winding Constrictor is great here for him. We're not that worried about it. We're going to draw a card. We're going to Abrade in response. I'm going to play the Sheltering Thicket as the Rootbound Crag would have entered tapped anyway. Now the Sheltering Thicket means that the Rootbound Crag will not enter tap. We'll go ahead and get into combat. And then I'll Abrade the Snake. I don't see a reason to not Abrade the Snake. Maybe wait till his turn. I'll wait till his turn. Blossoming Defense seems worrisome, but I also think that we might have like a Rishkar or something like that about to come up, and if we do, then Abrade's going to be really good right there. So, Jade Light Ranger. Yeah, we can just go ahead, Abrade the Snake. We could just Abrade the Jade Light Ranger in response, and then like he gets nothing out of it. Like he would just still have the snake laying around, but more likely than not, the snake is the better combo piece here. So, oh, wow, ain't that great? Glint Sleeve actually seems like the better play. It really does. And then we'll get into combat. We get to draw an additional card next turn. This leaves up an additional mana or energy for us to use for a double black. We have the option to, like, he has to remove both of these in order to draw a card, or to stop us from drawing a card, which puts us closer into getting to our 5th land here. Ravenous Chupacabra will kill one of these. We will still draw a land, or still draw a card. Ooh, we even attack so that we can attack back. Look at that. Brave opponent. Brave. Deathgorge Scavenger. That's not a bad card. Phoenix is not bad here either. I do expect him to have some Vraska's Contempts, but Phoenix is not bad. Kind of saving my Vraska's Contempt for a Gearhulk, something large. So, kind of just want to play Phoenix and see if we can get rid of his Vraska's Contempt. Phoenix is a good blocker. It could block either of these guys. So we'll just jump to combat, go ahead and grab another energy, try to draw some more cards. Like, we drew 2 cards there and didn't hit a land. Again, you know, like, this would have been a game where we would have got choked on land a little bit. We are getting slightly choked on land, but Glint Sleeve's going to help us out here. So, hopefully. Just reading chat. Alright, so he does need to spread this out fairly well. I'm definitely willing to kill either of these if they swing. So let's kill Jadelight Ranger. You know what? Let's kill the biggest body. Watch him go like land Fatal Push. Alright, so we'll put Glint Sleeve up first. Draw a card with Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Yes, we'll draw the card. We hit a land. Which means we can Regisaur Alpha. I don't think we swing with Phoenix here. Maybe we do swing with the Phoenix and we can just deal with everything else. Like, we'll get in some more damage. I mean, swinging for 6 here really shortens the clock. So I'll go this route. I mean, we're still at 11. We're not dead yet. We're taking some damage, but we're not dead yet. We can stick a dinosaur in front of the Jadelight Ranger because we made good blocks last game, or last turn. But we should have the opponent dead here next turn. I mean, if he wants to swing at us for 8... Yeah, I'm just going to block with the dino, take the 4. And then we just swing very heavily at him next turn. Yeah, I'm going to go that route. We could have also put Regisaur Alpha in front of the Verdurous Gearhulk here. I'm just expecting something like a Blossoming Defense or something, like making sure that either one of his creatures does live. So I just want to have enough to guarantee that I'm lethal on the crackback, even if he can remove one thing. And this Regisaur Alpha sticking around means that our other Regisaur Alpha will have haste. So I'm kind of fond of that. We can gain a little bit more life with Deathgorge Scavenger. We could gain quite a bit of life here. Alright, so I actually think I do play the Deathgorge Scavenger here. Yeah, we'll do that. Deathgorge Scavenger, we enter the battlefield, we eat a creature. we gain a little bit more life. I'm going to grab the Ravenous Chupacabra just in case he has something like a Liliana. That's the one card I don't really want him getting back. Now we can enter combat, and I mean, he needs to stop Regisaur Alpha right now. Like, if he can't get rid of the Regisaur Alpha right now, then we're swinging lethal. Okay. And I will eat Winding Constrictor. And we would love to use the ability. And I guess we move to seeing what the opponent has up his sleeve. I'm expecting like a Vraska's Contempt or something like that. If it is a Vraska's Contempt, I'll kind of be ashamed of myself for gaining 2 life and not taking the extra point of damage. Oh well. Pretty sure it's a Vraska's Contempt. Contempt on our Phoenix. He takes the rest. That's still pretty mean. Yeah, I'm kind of upset with myself for not, you know, taking the Adventurous Impulse or our Braid to do the additional point of damage. But, you know, hindsight, 2020 and all. Yes, we have another Alpha for next turn. Yes. Like, he needs to do quite a bit of damage to us before next turn. Yeah, it puts him to 1, but if, like I said, in hindsight, we would have been putting lethal on the opponent right here if we would have actually just eaten the Adventurous Impulse. Fatal Push. Alright. Now it doesn't really matter, and gaining the life is normally more important. He's got to stick back. Like, he's got to be able to block. However, if this is the only blocker he leaves back, then if this is the only blocker he's got, I expect that he uses If Near Deadlands to eat the Deathgorge Scavenger, leave back this blocker to stop the Regisaur Alpha, and then we play the second Regisaur Alpha, and kind of, it might be a blowout for him. We'll see. Okay, no it's not. He's got other things in mind. Other things in mind. Not for sure if he even has the ability to get aggressive on us yet. Wow. Walking Ballista? What is this? Another Gearhulk. Okay. Just go all on one. You can make your 8/8, dude. Okay, he just spread the counters out. Showed a little love. Huh. Well, if we're not swinging, we want to contempt the big one. If we are swinging, I mean, it's still, we just contempt the big one, swing out, right? Like, is there anything he can do to stop that Deathgorge Scavenger? Right, we just remove it and swing. I'm trying to think, is there anything that can stop this? But, like, both of our attackers are lethal. He has to have blockers for both. So, yeah, okay. Right? Yeah, there's nothing he can do. Play Reggie would have gotten us killed. Play Reggie would have gotten us killed. We had... Well, Reggie would have also won. Okay, you're right. Reggie would have also won because it would have created yet another non-blocker. or another creature that couldn't be blocked. Either way, we had victory in 2 different ways, right? Reggie full swing or remove a blocker swing with what was on the board. So, either one. Reggie would not have gotten us killed, you're right. Okay, so Cast Down is terrific in this matchup. Vraska's Contempt's okay. It's pretty good, but Fatal Push and Cast Down are absolutely phenomenal. Glintsleeve Siphoner is a great card here. Abrade is not at its 100% best in this matchup. It does work really good against those Gearhulks. We just seen that, so we just outraced Constrictor. We did. We definitely outraced Constrictor. And that's kind of one of the reasons we have Regisaur Alpha over the Glorybringer. You love when Eric overthinks. Yeah, I do. I overthink a lot of things. I really, really do. Deathgorge Scavenger is decent in this matchup, but it's not like the be-all, end-all. I think Thrashing Brontodon's good, but not terrific. I'm just going to cut back on 2 of those. And then just run it with the extra cast downs. Carnage Tyrant is good. It's like, is this where we bring Angrath in? Right? I'm thinking Angrath like against one of those big Gearhulks. Like I'm with you. I'm with you. We have no Glorybringer. We're actually running Regisaur Alpha in place of Glorybringer because of that body that's left behind. So, man, I really want an Angrath here. I'm going to take out a Carnage Tyrant. Taking out the Carnage Tyrant might be the wrong thing, but I think that we might be able to do some good with this. Another Contempt over Chandra. Okay. Usually cut Deathgorge Scavenger here, keep in the Brash. See, I was kind of on the fence about that either direction. So, yeah, I'm going to keep this. It's not the greatest hand in the world. We can't cast our pushes. But a Braid's online, so. You got us, opponent. What do you want? What do you want? Like, you know you want to cast down. It's like the big one. I'd probably take a Braid from me if I was him. I don't know. Cast down gets like anything in his deck. He just takes a Fatal Push. Okay. One card, like one of the cards we couldn't cast. It works. Depending on what he plays this turn, I'll play the Dragon Skull Summon or the Sheltering Thicket. If he doesn't play anything that just has to be killed, I'll probably just play the Sheltering Thicket. Doesn't look like I'm getting away with that. He got that awesome lineup. Oh, man. Yeah, so we come in with the Dragon Skull Summit. Let him know that we drew it. Pass the turn. White chat, gotcha. White chat. Right, a Braid kills the Gearhulks. Braid kills this. If he's going to tap anything else, I'd rather him do it on his turn. So we'll see what he's got here to pair with his Winding Constrictor. It's probably a Jade Light or something. Rishkar. Doomfall. Sure, whichever one he doesn't pick, we'll use on the Winding Constrictor. He takes Regisaur Alpha. Okay, well, I'm going to cast down Winding Constrictor. Again, a Braid kills Gearhulks. So I don't think he has a Gearhulk, or he'd put more credit on Thrashing Brontodon. Yeah, I think we 100% need to get into our Glintsleeve Siphoner action. And we're hurting on land, so is he. He missed his 4th land drop. We missed our 4th land drop. He got his 5th there though, so he got his 4th land drop on 5. Ravenous Choop. Alright, well, that happened. I think I'm going to just go with Brontodon. We can block Ravenous Chupacabra with it. MTGO don't do this deck justice. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't. Alright, Duress for an Abrade. Alright. Well, he knows our last card in hand. Duress is a good card. Like, I don't know why he would bring it in versus us, though. Maybe he thinks we're more... I don't know, like... Did he really do that? So he put all 4 counters on the Thrashing Bronton on the Chupacabra. He's got 1 card in hand. I've just got to hope that it's not amazing. And then we just got to get there with our 3/4. So like that's kind of the hope and prayer right there, is that he doesn't have anything just absolutely amazing. We want to top deck some decent stuff, swing three per turn, keep passing the turn. We don't really have a lot else to do, so perhaps mono black aggro is real now. Maybe. I don't know. Well, that happened. Since we only have 5 mana, and I know I'm going to be killing this anyway. Watch us top deck and Abrade. Something that would have dealt with it. No. So now we're on a top deck war. We've got 1 card. We can answer 1 small thing. That's not good, guys. That is scary. That is very scary. And now we're hitting our removal. At least we can remove some stuff. I am happy about that. He's getting to scry at the beginning of each turn, so... Why threaten me with a good time when I'm cool with it regardless? Jade Light. Yeah. Pays the extra mana for Jade Light. Draws an additional card. This is going to be really bad for us, guys. Like that. Lifecrafter's Bestiary is mean. I want to be able to get rid of this ASAP. So he revealed Duress and Glint Sleeve. Now he plays Glint Sleeve. Gets to draw yet another card off the Glint Sleeve. Lifecrafter's Bestiary is really good. Alright, so I'm going to cast Fatal Push on the Glint Sleeve Siphoner. I'm going to cast Down. And have away at your Duress there, opponent. Duress me all you want. Canyon Slough. Play land for the turn and pass. Brutal. Just brutal. And he's scrying. Like, this is so good. It's so good. Yeah, this card right here will win the game if we can't stop it. Like, this is like a Carnage Tyrant coming our way. Or Vraska. Like, if this is Veroska, it's probably a huge walking ballista. We've had a lot of outs against walking ballista, so. So, walking ballista for 3 and draw a card. Don't give me another land. Don't give me another one. Alright, well, we kill the walking ballista. Alright, so if I uptick, he swings, puts extra points on walking ballista, kills it anyway. If I downtick, we take 2, Chandra takes 1, and we're still lose our Chandra. I mean, yeah. We're pulling answer for answer, though. I mean, we're looking for that moment where we get, like, a Phoenix or something like that, so that we get, you know, more value. So, no, like, you seen we had our cycling lands there that we cycled into what we needed. You are going to, we're on turn 13, okay? You're going to have lands on the battlefield on turn 13. Never look at your thing and go, man, I've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands in 13 turns and go, I flooded. We are not flooding, okay? It's actually 9 lands. It's still not flooding, okay? Like, it's the deck's like, I'll show you not flooding. But it's not. It's not flooding, and you can't look at a turn 13, turn 14, and go, man, I just had nothing but lands on the battlefield. We're currently battling it out. Like, we hit an answer, he hits an answer. That's not flooding. Like, I can't let you sit there and tell people to run less lands than they should be running in a deck that has more lands. Like, when one of the things I like to say is we try to, like, pass knowledge on. Like, we don't know everything there is to know about Magic, but we're always trying to pass on some knowledge. So, right. We're not flooding. Hold my beer. Hold on a minute. Show you not flooding. I mean, he's got to have answers for these things, right? You're going to contempt it. Just push it. Push it. Push it real good. Yep. What's up, Retro MTG? How you doing? Land of War Elves, play, draw a card. Like, we are losing to a Lifecrafter's Bestiary here, guys. This is what we're losing to. I will sacrifice a Brontodon to get rid of this thing right now, but it's probably already too late. Look at this, Jade Light Ranger. Yeah. Draw yet another card. This card's really, really good, guys. We used to run it in Teamer. I mean, it was just a terrific card. You know, these Regisaurs, they seem to run in packs. I'm hoping they do. Another Land of War Elf, which is not bad for the opponent here. It draws yet another card. Did we bring in Sweltering Suns? We did not. I did not. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. This Bestiary is just working us over. Yeah, it's just game 2. We got game 1. At this point, I'm trying to, like, drag out time because we're, like, 5 minutes up on the opponent. Wow, is this a Verdurous Gear Hulk here? Or what is this? Oh, you didn't leave a blue or a green open. Huge Walking Ballista. Walking Ballista for 3. Draw another card. It's so brutal. This card alone has beat us. And this is why you run the cycling lands, to protect you from this flood. That's a lot of land. We're on turn 16 though. Like, you're never supposed to look at your deck and go, you know, turn 16, I've got too many lands. You're not supposed to be fighting at turn 16. Hi. We're pretty much dead though. It's almost over. You guys. I'm amused. Yeah. We have the biggest. You have the biggest smile on your face. It's an evil grin, but well, I'll tell you this, dude. I won't argue with you. It is your deck. Run 25 lands in your deck if you want to. It's up to you, man. Like, if you don't like hitting your 5th land, then run ever how many you want. Like, I'm done arguing about the land. I will run 26 in my deck. Okay. Like, I know Sweltering Suns is not the right way to go here. It's just not. Thrash is going to be good here. Duress? Like, just take away his removal? But you would only want to duress in a situation where your creatures were larger than his, that you won the combat. So, yeah, I'm actually going to go out with the Deathgorge Scavengers altogether. I'm bringing Carnage Tyrant back in. Angrath is cool, I guess, but it's not what I'm looking for. Nissa might be. But it's probably just the other Vraska's Contempt here. Just more kill. I'm just not a fan of Doomfall here. Yeah. I hate just arguing and arguing and arguing over something as trivial as run 25 or 26 lands. Like, I'm just not going to continue that argument. It just doesn't feel worth it. Looks like Blooming Marsh is coming in on turn 3. We're definitely going to make him have to have the Fatal Push here. Wish I had the Fatal Push. Do we let him get his 3-drop so that we can get our Glint Sleeve? I think so. I mean, if he goes for his 3-drop, then we get away with Glint Sleeve and draw an extra card. Like, if Glint Sleeve lives, it's going to feel like you're flooding anyway, because you're just going to be drawing some more cards, so. You guys are going to argue about... Well, I'll tell you what, then I'll ignore chat. Argue away. Argue away. Like, it's... Oh, yeah. There goes our braid. So, here we go. What do you got for 2 green? Merfolk Branchwalker? Walking Ballista to just shoot it. Alright, so he did have to use his removal here. Alright, well, we passed the turn. Llanowar lives here. Walking Ballista just... That got us. Walking Ballista is a good card. He doesn't have a Verdurous Gearhulk in hand. So he's got a bunch of removal. Alright, well, I'm game. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, he's just gonna contempt it now. Use his energy for the contempt. There went his double black. Alright. We do need to get as aggressive as possible here. He does have another black source, though. Ravenous Choop. Alright. Maybe something like a Chandra. That's not horrible either. We could play the Vraska's Contempt and leave up the Abrade. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to go for the threat here. So, I mean, if he has like another Vraska's Contempt or something like that, then he can definitely deal with our Regisaur Alpha. We can definitely do some cleanup after the fact. If he has a Verdurous Gearhulk, he plays that here, beefs up, one of the dudes. Whichever one he beefs up, we can just contempt that and then abrade the Gearhulk. So we might have to take a little hit, but we're going to be punching back for quite a bit. Chupacabra is really good. Yeah, it's a great card. I'm a big fan of Chupacabra. So he can't swing with. All right. So we can go abrade the 5/5. I mean, he's got one card in hand. If his top deck's better than ours, which it wasn't last game, it was only better than ours because of that Lifecrafter's Bestiary giving him 2 for 1 on his cards. So if his top deck is better than ours, he gets his Bestiary down, something like that, then yeah, he can beat us. But right now he doesn't have the energy to even sack this to kill something, so. There we go. Now he can. Now he's got energy. Regisaur Alpha off the top. Let's swing for 14. No? So we'll just play our Glint Sleeve Siphoner and pass. He does not have the energy here. Now you're just imagining Ravenous Chupacabra as a college frat member. Ravenous Chupacabra. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Just take our beats, draw a card. Try to remove a blocker. Doesn't look like we get to do that. This is lethal. He has to kill something here. He can't just block. I mean, if he blocks the Dino, he takes 2 from the Glint Sleeve Siphoner and 2 additional. He blocked that wrong, so he should have put the 2/2 in front of the 3/3, and then he would have been at 1. Okay, he's got a kill spell. Alright, so he does have a kill spell for the Glint Sleep Siphoner. I don't... This is sorcery only, if this is your plan. I think the land was his plan. He had a duress. Yeah, the land was his plan to use the sorcerer speed only plan. So, one more. Yeah. I miss all the fun. Yeah. It's hard to play Magic and like just be in you guys' conversation. Yeah. It is. It's really hard. This is Comet Gold. Well, yeah. I'm still upset at how we lost to Lyra. Like, that hurt me. Hurt my soul. Alright, we got an opponent. Our last match. My coffee got cold. Okay, can't keep this hand. So we'll just jump into a mulligan. We've got 2 lands. This is horrible. This feels really bad. It's a very clunky hand. If we come up against red deck, we're just lost. Like, we're going to keep this hand. We're finally going to meet red-black, and this hand does not beat red-black. I don't want to mulligan it. I really don't. But it is not the opening hand we want to see. I mean, this is the hand where you run into red-black, and then they just destroy you. Just destroy you. Man. She dies to... You're right. She dies to Doomblade. We'll keep it. Maybe we'll get, like, you know, Canyon Slough off the top. Blooming Marsh ain't bad. That ain't bad. And we'll put that on top. That's not horrible. We'll just drop with a Rootbound Crag, come in with Blooming Marsh next turn. We'll have, like, mana. Yeah, that's fine. Dies to Dismember, right? Dies to a bunch of things, none of which are in Standard or... Like, the things that are in Standard aren't just... They aren't good to play. But if you guys remember when Grasp of Darkness actually rotated out, we were all like, oh no, not like, now we've got to pay 4 mana for Vraska's Contempt? Come on! Everyone was so upset. Dies to Essence Scatter. No. Dies means go from the battlefield to the graveyard. It goes straight from the stack to the graveyard with Essence Scatter. It doesn't die. Come on, what are you talking about? Was that too much? Like, was the sarcasm too much there? My bad. Victim of the Night. Yeah, it does not. It does not say non-angel creatures. So. Oh, the cast down. He got me. Oh. Minder is coming back. What? Minder. Minder. What? Dies to metal. Meddling Mage. Oh, that card. Murder? Murder's not a bad card. Murder is not a bad card. I like that card. I am going to push this. We'll play our land and pass. We need him to choke right here. Or we need to just keep drawing hot. We need to draw hot all the way to Carnage Tyrant. Yashu Vess. Oh, Yashu's hard to kill. Alright, well. We're going to play Chandra. We're going to uptick Chandra for a little damage. Throw a Canyon Slew away. Joshua Vest doesn't kill. Now he does. Sacrifice that land, kill Chandra. I mean, he may not do that. Oh, he doesn't have the green to do that. Okay, he just Vraska's Contempts Chandra. Alright. So we're back on the plan of needing the swamp. Schwamp. This is not terrific. I'll Lethal Land War Elf. Gain a little bit of life. A little bit of life won't be horrible. We do need swamp so we can get down Carnage Tyrant. We need... Like, this is a good time for him to sack that if near Deadlands, especially if he's running low on creatures. Like, Joshua Vest is going to get there fairly quick. Woodland Cemetery. This is decent. I'm going to eat his Vraska's Contempt. Just because I want to be able to swing through the Servant of the Conduit. I think at this point in the game, he would definitely be willing to sacrifice the Servant of the Conduit, you know, to block here for the trades. So, Scavenger Grounds. Okay, so he sacks a land and possibly loses Servant of the Conduit. Yeah, I'm okay with that. The Woodland Cemetery was also one of the better draws we could have come up with. He's got 0 cards in hand, so we're gonna ride this Carnage Tyrant all the way home, boys. Like, Carnage Tyrant, this is what you came for. This is what you came for. But if it wasn't what you came for, how about a little bit of Regisaur Alpha for the showstopper, right? Fine. I'll throw a green out there. I don't even want to hit untap. I don't even care. There we go. Carney T taking it home, boys. Whew. All right, here we go. Last game. Can we do this? Okay. Carnage Tyrant was terrific there. Joshua Vest. Like, I don't know why he's playing Joshua. Okay. Cast down's probably pretty good here. I think I want the cast downs, maybe even the Doomfalls. You know what? Not Doomfall. I want Suns. What am I taking out? Scavengers and Glint Sleeve Siphoner on the draw. I'm taking out the Glint Sleeve Siphoners, and I'm bringing in Duress. We're going to run Fatal Push and Duress in this matchup. Yeah, Joshua is Liliana's brother, yes. Asking for a friend. It's like, no, I know, I'm just asking for my friend. He doesn't believe me when I tell him, yes, that's his brother, that's her brother. We've got good answers in the early game. We've got all the lands we can want. I mean, this is kind of like not the greatest hand in the world. So, like, I'm not 100% like thrilled about this hand, but I am going to keep it. Like, it just has the removal that we need, so I'm going to keep it. That's not bad. Shelter Ticket seems fine here. I'm just going to go Woodland Cemetery and pass. We're probably going to cycle this Canyon Slew now that we have double black. We've got double red. I mean, we already had the double red, but I just think that he's like a green-black like later game deck than the Constrictor deck we played just a moment ago. So yeah, we're gonna go for the cycle action here. Another Brontodon doesn't seem horrible. Yeah, I'm interested in just dropping this Brontodon. Just starting to put some threats out there or something. Brontodon's hard to like for Fatal Push to kill or something, so yeah, they need something like a cast down. Alright, so now he plays Brontodon, which means now I play Chandra and Downtick. Like, just getting the Chandra out is going to be handy here. Thankfully, he only had the one black up, so we weren't worried about like him having a blossoming defense or something like that. So, if this is Joshua Vess or Hour of Promise, and he's got the deserts, that's a thing. Like, top deck Sweltering Suns would be pretty sweet. Let's get rid of the white chat. My bad, white chat. Has Lily kicked Bells and Lock, whatever his name is? It's Bells and Lock. Brazen Knock. Yeah, it's Bells and Lock. Alright, so he gets his Zambies. So let's play Rootbound Crag. Uptick Chandra, draw a card. So I make 2 mana, cash that mana in for cycling to draw a card. He's got 3 cards in hand. I could play Regisaur Alpha, then like we lose to removal. I think he's got removal. I'm gonna go Regisaur Alpha. This could be like the play that is wrong here. Just playing the Regisaur Alpha over. We could have uptick Braided and Vraska's Contempt zombies. So yeah, if he's got removal. So we lose Chandra here. We still get to eat a zombie, which isn't horrible. I mean, I am going to get in. We're going to try to do damage now. I mean, this is like the green-black mastermind deck. So, I mean, he's going to be doing some stuff. On his turn, Arch of Vraska to draw a card. Plays a land. I'm going to maximize mana here by killing like a zombie or something. I'll kill the Line of War Elf. Does he have a way to stop it? Vraska's Contempt. Okay. I think I want to cast it here. And then we just need to do damage as much as possible here. So he's going for drawing cards again. Again, on his turn. Which, that baffles me. Yeah, we'll contempt this. No point in waiting. I mean, he eats a Thrashing Brontodon. He gains the 2 life. That happens. Not a lot we can do about that. Just got to keep chipping in there. Show me the way. Wendy will show you the way. Teamer Control deck from today? It was not from today. Like, he put out Teamer Control like a week ago. So what can we expect here? Sacking Inif near Deadlands to make this small? Is that what we expect? Sacking a Haship Oasis instead? No, he sacked the Ifnir. Fine. I was going to shoot one anyway. So our Dino is not that that aggressive now, so... What? What is going on? What? No, it was from last week. But good game, opponent. I have Sweltering Suns in the deck, don't I? Not anywhere near. Alright, so Duress is probably really good in this matchup. Fatal Push is not what I wanted it to be, so Glennsleeve Siphoner is where it's going to be. Sweltering Suns is fine. I want to keep enough threats out to be able to like be very aggressive. Carnage Tyrant's probably like at his best right here. Rekindling Phoenix is a good card. I'm going to take out an Abrade. I'm going to try to get as aggressive as possible here. Maybe I should bring in the Death Gorge Scavengers, bring those back in. But I think I want the Duresses. Maybe Doomfall, but no. It's a keepable hand. So here we go. Game 3. This is for the money. Yeah, we're running really late. I haven't been doing leagues for a while because they go over the 2-hour limit there on YouTube, and I'm not really into breaking the YouTube thing. Like, so if you guys try to watch this later tomorrow, like if this went, so we started at 9:30, 9:32, 3, something like that. Yeah, we'll just read that, I guess. Oh, cast down works. Maybe a braid was the better way to go. But anyway, yeah, who needs sleep anyway, right? If, like, say, if we go to 12:30, the first hour of the video will be cut off due to the YouTube algorithm thingy, bob. Let's braid this time. Cast down was good last time. Let's show him we got a braid, and then we still have a cast down. Another Land of War Elf? Really? Yeah, I would rather get aggressive now. I mean, he hits Hour of Promise here with no deserts. Shoot! Oh, sending a message. Okay, opponent. Okay. I mean, he's probably got a Vraska's Contempt. I kind of expect Vraska's Contempt. Servant? Come on. Where's that Sweltering Suns? Not swinging with the Dino here. He's down to 2 cards in hand, and he hasn't really stopped the beatdown yet. Land off the top means we play Rekindling Phoenix and kill something. can't kill Joshu Vess. Alright, so we definitely need to get the Phoenix in the air. Yeah. Joshu Vess. Just an all-around decent card. When's the next patron deck being played? I have no clue right off the bat. I mean, I'm going to step into letting this this Phoenix get killed. Oh, he didn't even try to kill the Phoenix. Well, that's awful nice of him. So I'm gonna swing, let him make some bad blocks, and then like fix it. Oh yeah, sweet. Well, I'll trade this Regisaur and a cast down for all of that. Oh yeah. That is perfectly fine. I'm actually just gonna replay my Regisaur now. Just to keep the threat up, like just replaying Regisaur here is going to be good. And that's game. So, not the greatest in the world. Got our points back. We went 3-2, and we definitely had to fight the whole way. But overall, the deck was performed pretty well. I was not upset at the land base. I think the land base was very good. Having the cycling lands in the late game was absolutely terrific. What would I do different going forward? What is this card in here for? I think this would be gone. And I think this Doomfall would be gone. And it would be Crushing Canopy. Crushing Canopy deals with a lot of things. It deals with... I probably spelled that wrong. Like, bad wrong. Do they not? I didn't spell it wrong. I have it set to don't show the non-foils. I think the changes I would make in this deck would be somewhere really close to this. We've got 21 creatures. We played around with the idea for a little while. Ended up actually pulling off of it, but I think Lifecrafter's best. Oh, I can't just type in life. I think Lifecrafter's Bestiary is probably the better card over Argyle's Bloodfast. If you wanted to run 1-in-1, you could. But I really fan of the Bestiary, and when we have this many creatures, I think we can get away with it. As far as the main board goes, you might actually even be able to take some Deathgorge Scavengers or something else around, out. But if you want to run, Argyle's Bloodfast, you can. I think Lifecrafters is the better card over Argyle's Bloodfast. You're going to be able to... you think the Bestiary makes it clunky? Well, it might be clunky in 25 lands. I don't know. Yeah, I know, that was snarky. That was snarky. I did not like Argyle's Bloodfast. If you think Bestiary makes it clunky, play Argyle's Bloodfast and then try to play your creatures with having to spend 2 mana every turn to draw a card. At least if you do nothing else. You're scrying at the beginning of every turn. If you cast a single card, or a single creature, and you can pay for it, you will have seen up to 3 cards that turn. You know, the card that you scried, it wasn't what you want, so you throw that on the bottom. You draw your card for the turn, you get that, that's a creature, you play that, bestiary, or you play that creature, you pay for the bestiary, and then you draw another card. So, I don't know. Needs more Yargle. There's probably a couple things that we could do to change the deck a little bit. I think that going forward, I don't know if I would change much in the main board. I will check it out at some point, man. I will. I really will. I'm going to say that I am about done with Jund this block as far as playing it on the stream, playing it in coffee time. Like, you guys do keep bringing up Jund. I will not play another Jund deck until rotation, unless there is some major Jund deck that pops up. I still believe that this is the better Jund deck that you could possibly get. Would I add another Duress? Possibly, over the Doomfall. I don't like Doomfall in this deck. I just don't. I think that if you really wanted a way to destroy, you know, their creatures, if you're worried about this first effect here, like target opponent exiles a creature they control, if that is the effect you're worried about, then run something else. Doomfall is just slow, clunky, ugh. But Doomfall would have beat Lyra. Crushing Canopy would beat Lyra, but I think I don't know. You could throw a little bit more in here. Honestly, if I was going to do anything with that Doomfall, I would throw another Sweltering Suns in here. If the meta has slowed down a little bit, it means that more people are actually trying to speed up. We've seen the Flame of the Kiln. That deck actually did speed up to the point where it was getting under the red-black deck. So if people are trying to go wide, they are trying to, you know, throw those 2/2 bodies out and things like that, then Sweltering Suns is going to be phenomenal, and I think that it would be better over the other Doomfall. So I think that I might go that route with the Sweltering Suns instead of the Doomfalls. Also, you know, you can stack it with something else. Dargaz? No, I can't see any reason to play that big, bulky card that we would not get any real benefit out of. If anything, I would want to cut, I don't know, the extra Carnage Tyrant, the extra Angrath, throw 2 Glorybringers in the side for additional removal as well. But I think we're back to the point where we need the Sweltering Suns. At one point, you guys may or may not know this, but at one point the deck actually had the Deathgorge Scavengers in the side, and we were running 3 main board Sweltering Suns. But that was towards the end of last block and before Dominaria, so we might actually be into a point now where we need to start bringing the Sweltering Suns back. Has the meta shifted enough that people are trying to run these green-white decks? They're trying to get over Goblin Chain Whirler. Is there not enough Goblin Chain Whirlers to keep these decks down? I don't know, but I do think that a third Sweltering Suns could be very, very valuable. We ran into multiple matchups tonight where we did bring in the Sweltering Suns and never hit it. We never cast a Sweltering Suns, and that's bad. So it deals with a lot of the new stuff. You are 100% Albatross. Guys, like, as far as this deck goes, like, I think what we currently have up here is really close to where you want to be if you want to play Jund. Now, we're talking about nitpicking a couple sideboard cards. These are things that you're going to have to worry about at your local LGS. I did it. I said local LGS. It's your LGS, or your local gaming store. So these are things you guys are going to have to worry about. So, like, if there's a lot of Lyras being played at your LGS, if there's a lot of Teferi decks and things like that, yes, you may want to up the number of Duress. Yes, you may want to up the number of Crushing Canopies. However, if there's a lot of red-black aggro, If there's a lot of aggressive decks, you might want the extra Sweltering Suns, and you might just run over those decks. It kind of saddens me that we played a 5-game league with a deck that was built to destroy red-black aggro and didn't see it. Didn't see a single copy of red-black aggro. So that alone might tell you guys a little something about what's happening to the meta. More and more decks are learning to combat the red-black decks. And if that is the case, then we're looking for another shift in the meta, and there's going to be some new decks pop up altogether. Guys, I had a lot of fun playing this deck. I did. We played some really complex games. We went deep into the games. We did a lot of gameplay here. Had to really fight for it to be able to maintain that 3 and 2 so that we could get the points back and we could get the chest. And because you guys stuck around, I'm not even going to sell this chest. I normally here lately I've been selling my chest back, but because you guys stuck around, we're not going to do that. We're gonna. Ooh, looks like I got some promo. I didn't even know I had these. I wonder how long they've been there. Yeah, we're gonna open the chest and we're gonna open some promo cards. All right, here we go. Open Sesame. Yes, I want to open this. We get Dragon Throne of Tarkir. Equipped creature has Defender and pay 2 tap. Other creatures you control gain Trample and XX until end of turn, where X is the bullcrap. That's horrible. A Blood Talon Candle. Man. Blood Tallow. Is that like bloody fat? Ew. Okay. Whatever. Or would Blood Tallow be like red fat? I don't know. And then we get a Rat Colony. Only needed another 20 of those. Alright, so here we go. Opening up our first promo. What are the promos right now? A Bishop of Rebirth. Oh my goodness, it's just what I always wanted. Come on, a Braid. Come on, give me a Braid. And we get an Unlicensed Disintegration. I've already got those. We've got 4 of those. And we get Vindicate. That's not horrible. That's not horrible at all. That's a nice old promo. Probably already have those. And they just wanted me to say that, didn't they? They just wanted me to pronounce that. That is the only reason they gave me this card, is they just wanted me to pronounce it. Yeah? Well, I don't care enough about that promo to even try. Alright, guys. My name's Eric. You've been watching SideboardMTG. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. I was happy to actually get out and and to test this deck in front of you guys. Did we make a couple punts? Yeah, I made some punts. The league was definitely foiled by a couple punts. I think it could have went a different way. I think being able to identify the decks that we were on would have been a little bit better. One of those games we completely sideboarded in the wrong direction. So yeah, knowing what the deck is extremely vulnerable against is good. So I think we got somewhere as far as the testing or whatever goes for this deck. It is the best brew that I think we could have come up with, to not be on one of the tiered 1 decks. So this is our big brew for this block. And again, we will always try to have one deck that we have just really, really tailored as much as we can to the meta every season. And this was it. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win that I hoped for with the deck. But I think the deck's good enough that if you played it enough, you could get that 4-1. You could get that 5-0. It's definitely good enough to take to your local gaming store and have some fun with. But it's not cheap. $405 on manatraders. So if you can, you're going to play it online. I recommend renting. Manatraders is great for that.
James, thank you very much for your donation. That was not necessary, but as always, you know, thank you guys so much for donating. And out of all, thank you guys for sticking around, helping me get through the games here. You know, 5 games just talking nonstop to myself can be a little bit brutal. So thanks for that, guys. My name's Eric. SideboardMTG is the channel you've been watching here on YouTube Gaming. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had fun. We'll see you next time.